Welcome, you guys. It's May 8th today, and we're super excited to have you guys on and some new faces. We welcome Tracy and Trina as well. Excellent. And my name is Holly Hardy. I'm a Emerald executive, joined with Bill Keller, Platinum executive. And we are just here to be able to really brainstorm. I call it the brainstorm transformation time as we brainstorm together your needs and where you are in your business and be able to help share tips and tricks to help you for wherever you are, because we're all at different levels in our businesses. But first, there are a few things I wanted to share with you guys today before we get brainstorming. I just saw this announced. So this is a save the date from the company for company calls on your rank, where you are with your rank. This is in the Our Team Ignite page as well as Thrive Life Consultants. Well, let's look at some of these for you guys. Consultants and ambassadors. Okay, if you're those current ranks, the highest rank you've hit. So it doesn't have to be where you are, but the highest rank. May 16th, 6:30, mark your calendar. Director, executive, and mentors are May 17th at 1. And silver and gold, May 24th. And platinums and emeralds will be May 25th at 1 o'clock. These are Utah times. So, and you only get points for attending the live meeting. So if you can't be there live, there'll be a recording, but ranks points are for the live call, okay, on those. So I'm excited about those calls. That's something new. Very excited about that.
Yeah, Holly, I asked Sandy about that because there's no links on there, and she said that the links will be upcoming, for the Zoom links. She also said they will be recorded and put on the Thrive Life Facebook group, but you don't get points for watching the replay, just for the live one.
Perfect, Bill. Thank you. Yep. So the links will come. So mark your calendar. Excellent. Thank you. And then I was loving, let's see, did we lose? Well, I was loving what Cece was talking about, and we shared law of attraction. Just a little personal growth development this morning. If anybody's ever studied these, this was years ago that I was studying. It was the first time I'd heard about our mindsets, right? And the power of our minds and to bring success in that which you want to come about into your life. The fixed mindset and the growth mindset. Raise your hand if you've ever studied the fixed versus the growth mindset. Has anybody ever studied much about this? Okay, this is fascinating. There's whole books on this too, and how do we get to a growth mindset? But here's some of the different things. If you've heard yourself say these things, you can kind of see which camp you're in. And then we'll talk about how you can grow into a new, more open growth mindset. Fixed mindset, some of the things you might hear yourself say, I give up easily. My potential is predetermined. Failure is the limit of my abilities. My intelligence, I think it's supposed to say, is static. I avoid challenges. I stick to what I know. Feedback and criticism is personal. I will never improve. I'm either good at it or I'm not. There's no point in trying it. So kind of those self-defeated feelings, and that we are the way we are, and that's just the way we are, right? As we get to more growth, we become more open to learning. I'm stretching out of our comfort zones. I like to think of Bill's story too, where he could have easily said, when in 2007, I think Bill's when the economy hit you so hard and lost his real estate, and he thought, am I going to work at Walmart? Am I going to be a cashier at my age? But then you realize you could learn something new. And that was a growth mindset where he started learning how do you do YouTube and never done that before, and has created just such a successful business and life through realizing I can still learn at my age. I can grow. I'm inspired by that story, Bill. So growth mindset, I like to try new things. I can learn to do what I want. Failures offer opportunity and growth. Failure also stands for first attempt in learning. First attempt in learning. So I never feel like in my life I have failures. I'm learning, stepping stones to grow. How can I do that better? What do I need to do to change to create what it is I want in my life? My intelligence can be developed, just like Bill learned how to do YouTube, how to grow something. I embrace challenges. I learn from feedback. I keep trying and never give up. I'm inspired by other people's success. My mistakes help me grow. I know this will help me even though it is difficult. So I like to think of this in life, in our business, as we're growing and we're learning. So developing a growth mindset instead of, I'm not good at this, we can try thinking, what am I missing? I've done this so many times in business where I feel like I hit a wall, whether it's booking parties. We've moved a lot. So every time we move, I start the business brand new. And call it the whiteboard moment. I go back, okay, what do I need to do different? Who do I need to contact? Where do I need to go? And start just brainstorming. Instead of I give up, I'll use a different strategy. It's good enough. Is this really my best work? I can't make this any better. I can always improve. This is too hard. This may take some time. I made a mistake. Mistakes help me to learn. I just can't do this. Versus I'm going to train my brain. And I call that green light go. When we feel like we don't want to do something, we can't do something. I don't know, it sounds too hard. I don't feel like it. Green light, that's my bam, green light go. I'm going to go do it. This morning actually was a Monday. I really didn't feel like getting up to exercise. I was just like, oh, I have so many other things to do. And as soon as I heard myself say that, I was like, okay, go put on the tennis shoes and go. So as soon as I hear myself with those, oh, I don't feel like doing that, or just go do it. I'll never be that smart versus I'll learn how to do this. Again, Bill, I don't even think you did computers, and now you've learned all this stuff. Like it's crazy. We can learn these things, guys. What we need to do to figure out whatever it is you want in your life. Plan A didn't work. Huh? There's always plan B. My friend can do it. I will learn from them. So just that learning, growing mindset, stepping out of our comfort zones. Tracy, when you said you're doing some of these new things, you're going to book, a booth, parties, these different things in our businesses. So let's talk about those things. So this week I have a party here at my house. I think I've shared with you that I connected with some friends. They're help people they're trying to grow their business. They're kind of like a multi-level businesses. I think it's called Common Sense, but they've got some really cool products with brain and different things that they're passionate about. So I just said, well, what if we join together and you teach your passions and I'll teach Thrive, and we're doing classes. And so back last month, they both kind of felt like they were at a standstill. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do anymore. And I said, well, I'm going to do another one at my house. And if you guys want to join me, you can. And they're like, really? So they jumped on and we made an invitation, sent it out. And I have 10 people from my people that I thought weren't going to come. So I've invited quite a few times, but they couldn't come. They never told me no. They just couldn't come. So I'd put them on my list and re-invited. This time I have 10 households, more people than that, but 10 households of new people that actually are coming this Wednesday. And I still haven't finished all my inviting. And they have a couple people too, but it was really huge to me that even though I've done probably 3 or 4 of these, invited them already since February, I've done them. They couldn't come. And I could say, oh, they're not interested, or I've already invited them. I even invited some people that came before, but they loved it so much, I re-invited them. And they were excited too to come back and learn more. And it just made me realize if they haven't told you no, there was 2 people that did say they were busy. I just said, tell me, are you interested? Do you want me to re-invite you to the next one? One said, yeah, I would love that. The other said, you know what, actually, I'm not that interested. I said, thank you so much for telling me. Like, that doesn't hurt my feelings at all. Like, I don't care if someone says they're not interested. That doesn't make me feel like, they are upset at me or they don't like me or they're just not interested. And I'm so great with that. Like, no problem. And so, but there's 10 households right here in my little area I've done this for so long, that do want to come. This time, this date worked for them, right? So the re-inviting, the reconnecting. And if you haven't done things at your home, so, sometimes people have different feelings for that. You can do one outside. I've done them in people's backyards. I've done them at a park in a pavilion. Um, where else are some weird places? I've gone to schools on the teacher's lunch break and did little class, had samples there and lunch break on preparedness because the school wanted to get prepared. It was back in the day when we had lots of preparedness stuff that we sold too, and so they bought all sorts of preparedness gadgets and some food. So just being creative, right? Food and preparedness, such a critical key time. So that is my story for this week that I'm super excited about because I honestly didn't know if I'd have even one say they would come because I'd invited them quite a few times. And to have 10, I'm just really blown away by that. So don't know people. Oh, plus I had two people at church yesterday that came up to me out of nowhere and said, "Hey, you're still doing Thrive, right?" I said, "Yeah." "Okay, yeah, my father-in-law really wanted to get some. His food storage is all expired." I said, "Well, I'm having a class on Wednesday." So either he'll come or I'll go do a one-on-one with that. So it's interesting as you engage, people start coming to you too. It's really, really interesting. So share with me anybody or raise your hand because we can see you all if you're doing parties right now. Doing, not want to, but are doing them. Anybody doing parties right now on this call? Okay. Raise your hand. Bill, are you doing some a little bit?
I didn't book it, but I'm going with another consultant who is. I'm going there to support her. So
Cool.
that was pretty cool. It's a local consultant here in Florida named Jessica, and she actually invited me to her church, so we're becoming pretty good friends. But there is a local Facebook group for our county here where there's just all kinds of civil stuff going on, And she put a post on there saying, "Is there anywhere or anyone that would be interested in um, a freeze dried food prepper class?" And she had several people respond. And out of that, she ended up booking a party next Monday evening at the local library. And what's cool about that is that the library, she's now going to be one of their official, events. So the library is going to be promoting it, as well as everything else she can do to promote it. There are a few
That
restrictions because you can't go in and promote your business there in the library. So she's going to have to take a little bit of a different approach. She's going to, approach it like this is what freeze dried food is. This is how it works. This is the nutrition of it. And oh, by the way, this is what I use to thrive life. If you're interested, talk to me later, kind of thing. She's got to kind of skirt around it. But this is her first party. She's really excited about it. Elizabeth and I will be going to support her. So that was just really dynamite. And I'm excited to see what's going to happen with her.
that is really cool. Now I've done those too where I couldn't sell there, but I can do a sign up sheet for those that want more information. And I
Right.
had to sign up, email, phone number, and then what their interests are. Booking a tasting, um, something with the business, purchasing food. I
Yeah.
couldn't do it there, but they can sign up and then I can follow up with them.
Right. That's a good
So
idea.
make sure she has, yeah, a good sign up sheet.
She's actually coming over on Thursday evening so we can discuss what we're going to do. So I will, yeah, sign up sheet. Good idea. It
And the
was just,
reason for that is because it's such a disservice if people learn about this and they're like, "Oh, this is so great. I love this." And then they have no idea how to get it,
right,
right?
right.
So you have a sign up sheet and then you can follow up with those that have interest after the event.
Yeah.
That is
Um,
so cool. So a few things there you guys could grab from Bill is, she put it on a local page and then got the library, a venue, and now they're promoting it too. That's very creative. I love it.
I also wanted to say in the thing you showed earlier that had the two heads, the static mind and the growth mind. In the static mind, one of the points was that you take criticism or feedback personally. There is a real push among a lot of new consultants to start selling Thrive on social media. And I think one of the things that I see, especially on YouTube, but in other places as well, is that people don't handle criticism very well when it comes in from social media. And I'm sure Jara can attest to this as well. But I get negative comments all the time. Um, but I just have to realize that that's not my problem, that's their problem. They have a negative mindset. So I'm not going to let their problem become my problem. But I see so many consultants who try for a while and then quit because they can't handle the heat. They can't handle the negative criticism. So if you're trying to do anything on social media, no matter what platform it is, just expect that you're going to get negativity. For me as a YouTube creator, there's a wonderful community of creators. Every single one of us gets trolls. We expect it, it's just part of the deal. If you go and put yourself out publicly, that's going to happen. Expect it, don't let it throw you off, don't take it personally. And then also, Holly, when you were talking about, that one person said they wanted to be told about a later event, and another person said, I'm not really that interested. Don't take it personally. Don't take it as a criticism. So when you first start out, it's like you're hanging on every person. Can I sign this person? You're desperate to get something started. But after you get things moving a little bit, each individual one person is not quite as important. So you can just let them go and look elsewhere.
It's really true. It's like, I really feel like we're doing a service for those that want that service. We're there for them. For those that feel great in their life, we're there wherever they are. Yay for them. It's awesome. So it's not about you. It's, wherever they are, that's great. And we're here to offer really the best food, reliance, peace of mind, and also business opportunity for those that want to earn a little extra cash or grow a business, whatever level.
Oh, and
That's what we have.
I don't want to take up too much time here, but I just want to say never underestimate the people that are listening to you and you don't know it. I got a
Mm.
call from my cousin, Jim, about a week ago. I haven't heard from him in 4 years. Well, he's been watching my YouTube channel and I didn't have a clue. He's been watching it for a long time and I didn't have a clue. He called me and he said, "So what's this Thrive stuff that you're doing?" And he signed up as a consultant. But he was stalking me in the background for 4 years, watching my videos for 4 years before he called me to sign up. So I'm just saying, if you're putting yourself out there, you never know what kind of response you're going to get from people who are stalking you and not actually, interacting with you. You can get real surprises like that.
That's so true. That's so cool, Bill. That's really interesting. I love it. And that's the other thing. If you want to feel that you're having momentum in your business, and we have Jara and Bill. I don't know if Lisa, if they're onliners too. I'm not sure. Um, but if you're
Lisa's working on it.
You should work on. Okay. So if you're wanting to feel more quick success, because as Bill shared, it takes a long time to grow your online, presence. But that's what home parties and booths are about. And I really want to push that for you because if you're trying to grow it online, you're just feeling like, oh, this is taking forever. I'm not really getting anywhere. That's why I want to push the home party or the booths because you feel quick success. You get in front of people and you have them, somebody gets on the delivery, they become a consultant. You're sharing those things, the delivery and consultant, people want to get to join those. So getting in front of people in addition with your online will do both. And that's just so huge. That's why right now we have a group of us, we're kind of being like the revolutionaries out there because since COVID, people haven't really gotten out in front of people. So we're back to prove, yes, people want to get going back. They want to come to parties. Like, look at this one on Wednesday. I'm just blown away because I had some pretty good ones, February, March. But then April, my friends wanted to stop, so we didn't do much in April. But here we are, May, and people are coming. They're coming. So if you want to feel that quicker success, get booking with people. Okay, your home or with others. As for booths, I'm going to talk about that briefly. Make sure the costs are inexpensive. I'm just all about our business with Thrive can be so inexpensive. I've never paid more than $50 for a booth. Now, I only think, what do I have to do to pay back that cost of the booth? what do I have to sell or sign up to pay back that cost? I'm very conservative because now if you're getting maybe a $200 booth and you're dividing it up amongst people, but always think, what do you have to do to earn that booth back? That's how I do my business, just because I don't believe you need to put out money to make money here. So, and I don't like to see people spend a lot and be like, oh, I didn't get anything from that yet. And they've spent a lot of money. So that's just my philosophy to work inexpensive. Bill, any ideas there?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. You don't want to overextend yourself for expensive booths. But on the other hand, I think some people sometimes forget about looking at the residual income they're going to get. You know, they pay $50 for a booth, and it's like, oh, I only made three sales. I only made $30, three new delivery customers. So I didn't recover the cost. But they're delivery customers. They're going to keep ordering. And I'd pay a lot more than $50 for three delivery customers that are going to keep ordering if I'm going to make $10 a month from every single one of them into, the next year or two. So,
Yeah, and doing your boosts wisely to collect information, because if you're collecting, I mean, I have a customer base of thousands of customers through the years I've done this, and that is from parties and booths.
right.
So that sustained me all through COVID, was able to hit builder bonus every month through just my emails. So that is building a long-term business too. So make sure you collect information. There are videos in the Getting Started training program on running a booth successfully. So Tracy, you can watch that too. So great. Awesome. Any other ideas you guys have on booths or parties? Okay. Well, that was really my the takeaways I had for you today. Here we are, May. We're launching into summer. Um, People do want to hear about this. You are such a valuable resource. You have such an incredible thing to be able to offer what is out there. And in your circles too, so many people, they don't know still about freeze-dried food. That's why I loved Bill, was it Jessica
Hmm.
that you said? Yeah, that's doing this. She advertised that class, freeze-dried food and preppers. Is that how it was? How did she? I loved that.
Yeah, something like that. I'm not sure. Prepping with freeze-dried food or all about freeze-dried food. I don't know exactly what she's calling it, but it's a little bit larger than just Thrive. It's going to be an educational thing on freeze-dried food in general, what it is and how you use it.
I just love it. Yeah, there's so many different things I've done too. I've done pizza preparedness parties. I was down in St. George, so we'd make little homemade pizzas, and they'd rehydrate the Thrive and make their own and cook it, and then we'd talk all about it. And so that was fun. Pasta and preparedness. I just try to mix it up for my classes, so somebody that didn't come might be like, "Oh, I like pasta. I'm going to come to that." I keep the costs down. It's not like this full blown, but the pasta with Thrive is super inexpensive. Just basically your sausage, onion, mushrooms, and your tomato sauce. You make your sauce and over noodles, super cheap, but just different things to capture interests and change it up. So awesome. Somebody has two
Jessica
booths.
and her husband have been over like a year and a half as a consultant, and they're coming to the convention this year. So I'm really excited about that. So you'll be able to meet them. So my question to all you guys: how many people have signed up for the convention? Anybody?
We want you there. We want you
You're
there.
missing. I know there's some expense involved, but it'll turbocharge your business. It really will. So
Mhm. It's incredible. Yeah. So let's see. Lisa and George, they have two booths booked. One is a percentage, the other free, but most here cost much more. Oh, one is $50. Wow, and the other's free. That's awesome. Way to go. To be honest, I have not looked in my area for inexpensive booths recently. So it's a great reminder, Lisa, for us to see what's in our area, because there are free things and inexpensive. Awesome. Lisa, I don't know if you're able to type. How do you even really Google that to find what's in your area? Is there I think I tried it, but I haven't really found a way to successfully find those. Anybody knows, that'd be great. Anybody else? Oh, use Facebook. Very cool. So maybe, yeah, you guys can also see what you can do with that and share with us next week how you're using Facebook to find the booth that I am in is for 2 days for $25. That's incredible. Make sure you watch the video. I think Jenny Tanner did it in the back office on running expo. Jenny's on my team. Incredible, because you want to gather information correctly. There's a way to do it. You never want to hand them a form. These are simple things. You have it on the table and say, if you like to sign up right here, we can send you the monthly specials. And you just direct them. There's different ways to run a booth successfully so people aren't just like, oh, no, no. And there's just some little tips and tricks for that. So make sure you guys watch that. One was a local farm event I did booth last year, and they invited you back. So cool. So cool. So getting in front of people is the name of the game. Okay. And let's do it not just online, but add multiple different areas so you can feel that success quick as you're building an online presence, if that's what you want to do. You guys, awesome. We're so glad you're on. Make sure to share with your team to join us on Mondays. Bill, thank you for joining us. Anybody else last thoughts or questions? Okay, we'll have an incredible, wait, Trina, do you have something? Yes.
Sorry. So quick question. So since I'm brand new to this whole online stuff, how do I send a link to this meeting to my consultant that I just set?
Yes. Make sure to join my Facebook Team Ignite page.
I did. I've done that.
Okay, and then just copy that and just send it to her.
Okay, so she needs to join the Team Ignite on Facebook.
She can. She
to get that.
She can still get on this call without being on that, but if she does, she'll see the reminder.
Oh, okay.
If you just copy and paste the link and send it to her, she can get onto it without being a member of the group.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. That's what I needed to know. It's these little things that I could probably figure out. It'd take me 5 hours, but you're right here, so I'm gonna
That's
ask the
what we're
question.
here for. Absolutely. You bet. And Trina, you had a question?
Yeah. Hello. I am wondering, we've been here for about 5 years, but we're just starting to meet people. And so how do you bring up to people that you don't really know too well about what you do so you can get the conversation started?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'll tell you how I did do it in certain areas. There is conversations. Yeah, when you're talking to somebody, like at church, I just happened to have a class this week, right? To say, hey, come to my class. Back in the day, we had little invitation cards. Bill, do you remember where it was a Thrive invitation card? We don't have those now, but what I did with an invitation card, so you could maybe make a little flyer, is I just put a strawberry, pineapple, probably a peach or maybe a Fuji apple, just a little sample in there, and clipped it to the invitation. And I went around, and on my invitation, I have 2 dates, always 2, because people can't make one. So I do like a 1 o'clock on a Wednesday or a 7 o'clock. I'm doing a class on freeze-dried food and preparedness, or whatever maybe your area would attract with, right? And then can you come? But I went around to the neighbors. I didn't know any of them, and invited them to come. And it was a great way to meet people and share. And plus they got a sample of that freeze-dried food. So I door knocked. Ooh, kind of scary. But when it sounded scary, I just went and did it. I grabbed my stroller and my baby, and we just went, and I didn't think much of it. I just did it. So because then you don't have to think about it. So that's one. You can talk to people if you can schedule a class and you know a few. We put on here, bring a guest, and we'll enter you for 2 drawings. I'm just going to do a drawing for Snackies. So bring a guest. So people said, yes, book me for 2 people. And so that was kind of cool. And so really it's scheduling a class and starting to talk people.
My heart stopped when you said door to door.
I know. I did too. And as soon as my heart stopped, I was like, hey, I'm going to my desk and I'm going to write out the invitations right now. I'm not going to think about it. And then I wrote them out. So now that I had them on my desk, I was like, well, I'm not going to leave them here. So I guess I have to go deliver them. So then I just went and started knocking. Hey, we're new. I'm doing a class on freeze-dried and preparedness. I would love to have you come. It's going to be so educational, well worth your time. Can you join us?
In order to do door to door like that, you have to put yourself into one of your alternate personalities. Put your mind in neutral and just go do it as somebody else, you know. But talking to people, if you're going to hand out flyers or whatever, the flyers are to support what you're doing. Talk to them, tell them about it, and then give them the flyer. If you just put the flyer on windshields at a grocery store, it does virtually nothing.
Yeah.
So use that, you know, talk to them and then give them the flyer just so they have the information. That's going to be much more effective. You can actually strike up a rapport with somebody in just a couple minutes, you know, when you talk to them that way. And a long time ago, we changed the name from a home party to a tasting party, because home party, people think Tupperware, oh, I'm having enough of that. But if you say, I'm having a tasting party, come taste this wonderful food, it's different. People receive it differently. And a lot of them are interested in tasting, you know, this new food that you're talking about.
They're so great.
What's that?
Let's
Thank you both.
Yeah.
absolutely, yes, absolutely. Let us know what you come up with next week to do. Even
My win for the week is I made sure to put all of the dates on Monday trainings on my phone already. So
There you go.
way to go. That's awesome. So awesome. We're so proud of you guys. Yep, it is getting out of our comfort zone, but that is the growth mindset. And that's how we do grow and stretch and become better. So proud of you guys. And we will see you next week. Have an awesome week of May.
Just
We'll
like
see you later,
Trina,
guys.
just like Trina, put it on your calendar, let the alarm go off and remind you, and we'll see you next week.
Awesome.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.